14 years. Forsaken Motorcycle Club members state he was a brother to many. The family remembers Brian as a man who loved his family immensely, particularly spending quality time with his kids. He loved his biker family and was always there when people needed him. He is survived by his wife Sheila, parents Milton and Ann Martin, daughter Karma, 2 sons, Tristan Martin and Alex Martin, 5 stepchildren, Tony Sanders, Sean and Jules Tennant, Ashley and Adam Rape, Holly, Becca Tennant, and 1 sister, Becca Dempsey, plus 8 grandchildren. I think there's only 1 here today in the front row that called Pacman Papa, and that's you, Bella. But you need to remember one thing you need to remember from this day is every time you called Pacman Papa, you absolutely touched his heart. There isn't a man in this room or alive that doesn't love to hear Dad, Father, or Papa. Thank you. You touched him. You may not recognize it for years, but thank you for what you did. Pacman is also survived by Forsaken Motorcycle Club brothers, sisters, friends, nieces, nephews, plus many other relatives and friends. You know, we had a memorial service here yesterday, again today, followed by this service right now. In lieu of flowers, the family requests contributions be made to Forsaken Motorcycle Club to cover future expenses incurred by the Martin family. One of those opportunities is tonight. Forsaken Motorcycle Club is opening their clubhouse tonight at 7 p.m. to honor Pacman. If you need an address or if you need any questions, please speak to a Forsaken Club member. They're easy to spot. The first song that's going to play is called Keep It to Myself. This is the last song that Pacman sent to Sheila. Pacman traveled around, he would often send Sheila music. And this is the first one. First one we're doing, that's what he sent. That King Cat truck sitting in that drive, keep all cleaned up, your bright green eyes. That king size bed, that room upstairs, I keep a silk sheet set when you ain't there. That cabinet sitting on that shelf ain't the only thing I can't keep to myself. 'Cause when you walk in the room, just say my name and I just can't keep it cool. I'll keep being yours. I think I'll be mine. And I'll keep you smiling for the rest of your life. I wanna love you right now. Ever since that night I felt, girl, you got all of my heart. I can't keep it to myself. The feeling's can't keep it cool, yeah, I'll keep being yours. I think I can mind, I'll keep you smiling for the rest of your life. I wanna love you and laugh ever since that night I fell. Girl, you got all of my heart. I can't keep it to myself. I can't keep it to myself. I can't keep it to myself. That was a beautiful song. Before we go any further, I want to recognize Tanika T. Winston. The world will tell you that you can judge the true character of someone when what they're doing when nobody's watching. When in reality, someone's always watching. What T has done, the true character of a person comes out when it's an uncomfortable situation, when you're in duress. I have seen with my eyes and heard with my own ears the love and support that T has been to Sheila has been just beautiful. Thank you. In the community, we talk about brotherhood. That is true sisterhood. Thank you, T. Thank you very much. And I'm going to recognize Sheila. Brotherhood everyone always speaks about is a family, all capital letters. You saw me when I wrote it out. This brotherhood is family, and this brotherhood doesn't love like the world does. The world loves people because they want something from them or what they can get through them. It's not like that here. It's not like that by anyone in this room, I would think. We love you for who you are, for who you were with Pacman. It's a beautiful thing, and thank you. Your life will go on, obviously, although much different than it was even a week ago. Right? The love and support isn't over after services today or after the open house tonight. It continues. Because you're part of this family. Please lean on your brothers and sisters in this community. Please. You need it. Because unless anyone goes through exactly what you're going through this week, we can see it, understand it, but we don't comprehend it, right? So use your brothers and sisters. Don't keep things bottled up. Talk to your trusted confidant. They're especially here for you now, because on this day, right? But they're not going away. Your true family stays around. Your true family loves you for you. And this family loves you for you. Use them as a shoulder, like you've done with T and others, and a sounding board. There's some good listeners here. Let them help you plan the next stages, the next plans of your life. One of the things I asked Sheila for is if she could, in her words, describe some of Pacman's, I said, achievements, dreams, and goals in life. And I'd like to read her response now because it's absolutely touching and it's beautiful. It exemplifies their relationship. Last night, I was talking to Ann, Pacman's mother, and she said, as soon as I saw Sheila coming up the driveway, I knew that was it. And started crying because she knew her boy met who he was supposed to meet and what was going to take place. That's a beautiful thing. So for Pacman's achievements. Drove a truck for 20 plus years, was able to see some of the most beautiful places, sometimes more than once. Sheila called him the road atlas. He could spot mile markers, exit numbers, specific landmarks, and tell you how many miles it would be to just about anywhere in the United States, just from memory. He could reroute you without a second thought. He had friends and fellow truck drivers call him for directions all the time, and was always happy to help. Sheila called him a show-off when he did this. He wasn't showing off, he was helping. Right? But it made Pacman laugh when she called him a show-off. But he had to realize how impressive it was to Sheila to see him do that, to help people and be so knowledgeable. Right? Sheila still doesn't understand how he retained all of it. He was a faithful and trustworthy original 10 Forsaken member for 14 plus years. He loved his club brothers. And there's no doubt that you understand that. Pacman's dreams, I have to say, he never really spoke to me about specific dreams. But this is vital. He was in search of peace in his life. He always talked about how he just wants to live a life without chaos, without turmoil or argument. He was in a dark place for a long time and just wanted to get to a place in his life where he could relax, where he could be calm, where he could come home and enjoy his time at home, not have a battle or something with someone or someone. We ended up being each other's peace. That's clear, right? I'd like to think that, this is Sheila saying, I'd like to think that I gave him what he had been looking for and dreaming about for so many years. At least Pacman made Sheila feel that way. So I feel like he had given him that. He would joke a lot about being able to retire one day. You don't have to worry about that. Goals in his life? The goals in Pacman's life on a personal level. He didn't want his kids to experience the hardship he did. From the mistakes he made in the past, he was always giving them advice, suggestions, and options. He never stopped trying to lead them in the right direction. He wanted to see them succeed. He wanted them to be strong and be proud of their life. He wanted to see them become responsible adults that could survive on their own. Does it get more beautiful than a father who wants to raise responsible, accountable children? If there was more of that, right? So there's one more song coming up now. This is our second song. It's called Never Not Remember You. So we play that.
Feels like one that won't change the facts, that won't bring you back. So I'll cry 'cause it's over, smile because we had you. Had the whole lot living even though it ended all too soon. Anytime I start healing, but even when I get that feeling, no matter where I go, what I do, I'll never not remember you. Thank God for all the memories, pictures on my phone. They don't fill the empty, but I feel less alone. And I know you're with the angels, right where you belong. 'Cause you were born to us, you left a legacy of love. So I'll cry 'cause it's over, and smile because we had you. Act a whole lot living even though it ended all too soon. And in time I'll start healing, but even when I get that feeling, no matter where I go or what I do, I'll never not remember you. You lighten up the whole room like that. You made us think, made us feel, made us all laugh. You always feeling that shirt off your back. I miss you bad, I miss you bad. So I'll cry 'cause it's over, smile because we had you. Act a whole lot of living, even though it ended all too soon. And in time I'll start healing, but even when I get that feeling, no matter where I go or what I do, I'll never not remember you. Oh, I promise you, I'll never not remember you.
Good selection, huh? So I promised only 3 verses, right? As a Christian, we kind of like things in threes. At the end of Revelation 4:1, God is speaking and he says, "Come up here and I'll show you what must take place after this." I don't care how old you are when you take your last breath. The normal human conscience makes you wonder what's next after this. We can debate it, we can talk about it. Pacman knows. He knows what's next after this. He knew it last Sunday morning. Last night, when people were here, what we asked them to do is kind of fill out some of these index cards. They all went to Sheila. And really what it is for is so many people at a funeral say, "Man, I'd like to tell that man one last thing. Say one last thing to him." So write it out, right? And all these went to Sheila, and Sheila picked out these 4 that I'm going to read. I'm not going to read who wrote them or if there's any affiliation with. Just some of the thoughts. These are some of the real, that people really think of you, right? I'm sometimes painfully intolerant. Pac was the guy who always went out of his way to be kind, friendly, and funny to me. I love him very much, and he will be missed so much. Our hearts are broken, but he is smiling upon all of us. Dear Pac, you were one of the first to make a difference in my life when I started to come around. You always had a big smile on your face. You were always able to put anyone in a good mood. I'll never forget the look you would give us when you thought we were up to something. I love you. Thank you for the impact you had on my life. I love you always. Pacman has always been a great brother. Someone you can talk to about anything, from club stuff to truck driving cross country. I'll never forget the first time I met Pacman. First thing he asked me was, "Do you like to fight?" That's a pretty good conversation starter, right? Let me think about that. Right? That's good. First night I started, probably he got me with a shirt and a trick bag. I will truly miss Pacman. But these will end up, these all, everything that was written on these cards last night, it just goes to Sheila. It's her, part of her memorial, her stuff. I hope you had some time last night to look at the pictures and the video that was running. I mean, imagine Pacman at this big, right? And a goofy 8-year-old or 18-year-old. It's just a beautiful thing that family had those. Next is we're going to ask Pun to come up and say a few words on behalf of Forsaken Motorcycle Club.
There's not much that I can say. Pacman pretty much preached his own funeral. If you knew Pacman, you knew he was sincere. He told you he loved you. He called you brother. He meant it. I've been with Pacman through the darkest times of my life, his life. We've been in blood together. We've rejoiced together. He would have died for any one of us. Any one of us that he called brother, he would have died for us. Pacman was giving. Me and him often brag that if he hit the lottery, he would go it first because he would give everything he had to his brothers and ones he loved. That's true, he would. The man would give his shirt off his back for anybody. He'd sit in prison for anybody that he called brother. We're going to truly miss him, but he'll live on through our lives. Every time we ride, he'll ride with us. Just keep Sheila in your thoughts and your prayers. The time, I don't like the word, that the saying time heals wounds of the devil. You don't never heal. You'll be somewhere and something will remind you. You'll come across an event and it will remind you. There's not a memory that these brothers and me can tell that don't involve Pacman in some way. We all know that he would never stay in a hotel room with me alone. Every story that we have is going to involve Pacman. Pacman was there. I'm glad that I got to spend. He got to come up, spend the weekend with us in Gatlinburg. He called me and he told me, he said, brother, I really needed that. And when I miss, no matter what I was going through or whatever, he would sit in the clubhouse and he'd come and sit next to you and he'd say, brother, I just want to tell you I love you. And he meant that. He loved us.
So remember, I only said 3 verses. The second one is out of Ecclesiastes. In verse 1 through 8, I'm not going to read them all, don't worry. But basically, what it says is, there's a time for every season and every event under heaven. And it goes on to describe many different events. This is most certainly a time to mourn, a time to gather and build friendships and to embrace our family who's in need. And both sides of this building have family in need. Last Saturday, one of the last people I talked to had gone, I've forgotten a minute. Forsaken this clubhouse last Saturday was Justin Pacman. And of all things, we talked about our grandmother's chili recipes. Pacman said, yeah, my grandma, she'd get a big old pot of pinto beans. She'd make pinto beans and cornbread. She'd save the pinto beans and make all kinds of stuff. Folks, we never know. I never in my life dreamed that less than 12 hours later, I found out he'd gone. things that I've always said to everyone when I'm leaving the clubhouse is to get home safe, or ensure everyone gets home safe. Clearly that's only part of the issue. Pacman got home safe. One of the important things to remember is he wasn't anywhere he shouldn't have been. He wasn't with anyone he shouldn't have been with. And he wasn't doing anything he shouldn't have been doing. So, getting home safe isn't enough. If you kind of look at people in life or in their organizations, look, I'm not a chess player, I don't pretend to be, but if you look at people like that, at home, Pacman was the king. Right? In the club, he wasn't the king or the queen. But he sure wasn't a pawn, was he? He was an integral part of that house. Loved like true brothers love men. Pacman was right there in a position of strength and leadership through his actions. I changed it for you. As dependable as an anvil, and as tough as a 10-penny nail. The original I wrote that was as dependable as an anvil, tough as a hockey puck. No, he wasn't no hockey puck. But there's a foundation, right? There's a foundation at home, and there's a foundation in Forsaken Motorcycle Club. A big part of that foundation is missing. I ask everyone, please give these families time to mend, time to plan a path forward, and the support needed to accomplish these new goals. And it just kind of rolls off of our tongue. My thoughts and prayers are with you. It's a polite thing people say, and they mean it. The thoughts you keep to yourself don't help anybody. I just tell you that. Sincere prayers for those in need and action are what's truly needed. That's what truly matters. This is a time for great prayers. This is a time for great listening, for great observation, and for great action. This is a time for great support. The world will tell you that there's strength in diversity, which is absolute nonsense to anyone with an IQ at over double digits. There's strength in unity of mission. Pacman was united with the mission of his club life and his home life. Look around just in this room yesterday and today. Look at the unity honoring Pacman. Look what he's honoring. Many are gone but not forgotten, and obviously there's a patch for Pacman. Very few are forever immortalized by a large tattoo. And when I saw that on Monday night, I was like, that's awesome. The brotherhood in Forsaken MC is palpable. I'm not a motorcycle club member, you all know that. But I've always told all of you, when your family, your unit shows up to any event, it changes the atmosphere of the event. And that's because there is unity amongst the brotherhood of the clubhouse. And I'm on the outside looking in onto your clubhouse. And what you have displayed is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Pacman is the first member of the Forsaken Motorcycle Club Forever chapter. it shows the love, the honor, the loyalty, and the respect of their brother. The fourth and final song is going to be sung by, oh, I'm sorry. Huh? You are correct. Let's move on. Just want to say one more thing about brotherhood. A lot of people say it's changed. It's not like it was back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Well, yeah, it's much more than that. But it has changed. But the spirit of brotherhood on the national, the regional, the local level may certainly have changed. But as practice in a personal level, my Pacman hasn't changed at all. It's like it always should have been. So we've got one more song now. Now we're going to get to the fourth song. And that'll be Amazing Grace, sung by Pacman.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious was that grace appeared, the hour I first believed. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior, has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy reigns, unending love, amazing grace. The Lord has promised good to me. His word my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior, has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy reigns, unending love, amazing grace. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior, has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy reigns, unending love, amazing grace. The earth shall soon dissolve like snow, the sun forbear to shine. But God, who called me here below,
last three verses. This is the last one. Comes from Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." I told a few of you guys earlier that the hardest thing for me personally about being a Christian is to understand and explain pain and suffering. Biblically, it's easy to explain, but pastorally or of the heart, not so much. I can stand in front of the ocean and I can comprehend I'm standing in front of the ocean, but I can't apprehend everything in the ocean. It's kind of like that with pain and suffering. I've told you this, don't listen when unsaid to. People tell you that time heals all wounds. That's nonsense. That's just things people say to be polite. Time doesn't heal all wounds. But time does move on. And like I said earlier, lean on those who love you to help you with whatever needs to come next. It's vital. That pretty much concludes our service. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for showing amazing love, amazing loyalty, honor and respect for Pacman and to Sheila. And if you can, please consider joining Forsaken Motorcycle Club at the clubhouse sign at 7. Again, if you don't know where it is, ask a club member, they'll tell you. Our service is now over. Please go in peace and please go in safety.